Hi friends, happy morning. CA Rajan here. Hope you all preparing well for the exam. So through this video, I thought I would revise one important problem for CA Intermediate at paper 5 Advanced Accounting Liquidation chapter. November 2020, they asked a very interesting problem. It's a 5 marks problem. So which is revolving around the B list of contributory. So I thought I would take some time to revise that problem through the video. So kindly see the full video so that will be immensely helpful for you. Now, B list of contributory. Let's get into the problem, and as we go through the problem, I will summarize the provisions of B list of contributory, and then we can do the problems as well. Let's look at the problem. In a winding up of a company, creditors remain unpaid. The following persons transferred their holdings before the winding up. There are 5 shareholders here. D, E, H, J, K. Date of transfer is given 1st of Jan, 15th Feb, 15th March, 31st March, 5th of April. Number of shares transferred is given. Amount due to creditors on the date of transfer is also given. Very important. The shares were rupees 100 each, 80 called. It's a 100 rupee share, 80 called up. What's the meaning of it? Still 20 is yet to be paid. Now, there are 3 adjustments. A member G who holds 200 shares died on 28th Feb 19 when the amount due to creditors was 16,000. His shares were transmitted to his son X. R was the transferee of shares held by J. R paid 20 rupees per share as calls in advance immediately on becoming the shareholder. The liquidation of the company commenced on 1st of February 2020. Then the liquidator made a call on the present and past contributories to pay the amount. Very important information. The date of commencement of winding up, 1st of February 2020. So, B list of contributory. Who are B list of contributory? When the company goes into liquidation, the liquidator will first sell or realize all the assets available in the balance sheet, right? With the available amount, he will start settling all the expenses on liquidation, his own remuneration, then preferential creditors, debenture holders, unsecured creditors. He will start paying them off. Just in case the amount is not sufficient, then he will ask the existing shareholders, called as A list of contributors. Even if it is insufficient, if they are unable to pay, then they will make a call on the B list of contributors. That is very important. But one thing is very key is you can't call upon each and every shareholder. Right? Cut-off date is very important. 1st of February 2020 is the date of liquidation. So, 1st February 2019 is the cut-off date. On that day, who were all shareholders of the company, they may be invited to contribute to the shares of the company. That's rule number 1. Cut-off date is 1st of February 2019. Those who were the shareholders of the company, at that point of time, you can call upon them to pay some money to the assets of the company. Now, can you call all of them? Not necessarily. Which means, it's a 100 rupee share, 80 rupees paid up. To what extent you can call upon? Only maximum 20 rupees. Because it's a 100 rupee share, they've already paid 80, which means the remaining 20 remains unpaid. You can at best call them to pay that 20 rupees maximum. So, 2 things. One is the cut-off date. Cut-off date is 1st of February. Liquidation date is 1st of Feb 2020. So, 1st Feb 2019 becomes a cut-off date. On that day, who are all the shareholders of the company, you may call upon them to pay. To what extent they have to pay? To the shares remaining, amount remaining unpaid on the shares. Okay. If that be the case, please look at the shareholders D. When did he transfer the share? 1st of January 2019. What is the cut-off date we saw here? 1st of February 2019. So, he ceased to be a shareholder much prior to this date. Therefore, you cannot ask any money from D. Exclude D from the entire exercise because he ceased to be a shareholder much prior to this date. Point number 1. Point number 2. Look at J. J is ceased to be a shareholder on 31st of March 2019. Agreed. But what happened to J? Look at the second transaction. R was the transferee of the shares held by J. So when J ceased to be a member, R actually is the purchaser of the shares. J is the transferor, R is the transferee. Now R, immediately on becoming the shareholder, he paid rupees 20. What is 20? Whatever was the amount remaining unpaid on the shares, he paid off. Then what's the point? If he has settled his entire liability, you cannot ask him to contribute any such money. So you have to eliminate J also on the process, in the process, because J transferred to R and R has actually satisfied, paid the balance of 20 rupees also. So nothing more you can recover from him. So eliminate J also from the process. So D gets eliminated, J gets eliminated, which leaves us with only 3 shareholders, E, H, K. All 3, they have to contribute. To what level they have to contribute? Obviously, for the maximum 20 rupees per share, and in respect of the creditors which were due at that point of time, they ceased to be a shareholder. That is also very important. For example, when E ceased to be shareholder, what was the creditor balance at that point of time? Only for that part of the liability, he will take a part in that. But very important, look at the first one. So we have eliminated D and J. Now we have E, H and K. First adjustment, they say a member G is nowhere here, who held 200 shares, he died on 28th February 2019. G died on 28th February 2019. What is the cutoff date? 1st of February 2019. So G, he was a shareholder till 28th February 2019. Don't you feel that he is well within that 1 year limit? So he will be liable to contribute, number one. But what happened? He died. So for the brief 1 month period, he was there. But after that, what has happened? When the amount due to the creditors was 16,000, his shares were transferred to his son X. So when G died as a nominee, X's son got the shares. Did X transfer the shares? No. Which means X is still a contributory, still an existing shareholder of the company. So can we invite X to the party? Yes. So G to a limited extent, but he died on 28th Feb. So G bar X, both of them will be cumulatively responsible for that time period. But obviously G is no more, so X has to pay the money. Now, having looked at this, let's go to the solution. Date, creditors outstanding. What is the increase in creditors we have? Number of shares, we are trying to express it as a ratio, and then E, G bar X, look at this. G is also included. G and X are included because X is a current contributor. H and K. Now look at the dates. You have to go chronologically, date wise. Look at February 15. What is the creditor balance on that day? Let's go back to the question. We eliminated D, correct? So forget it. So we will talk only about the next day, 15th of February. What is the creditor balance on that day? 13,500. So for that 13,500, who are all responsible? All shareholders are responsible, right? So E is responsible, G and X are responsible, H and K are also responsible. So we need to distribute this 13,500 amongst the 4 or 5 shareholders. In what ratio? In the ratio of shares held by them, which is 400 is to 200 is to 700 is to 1000, which is 4 is to 2 is to 7 is to 10. In that ratio, you need to distribute this 13,500. Take a calci, you can try the working, you will get the numbers. Then let's go to the next date. What is the next date? February 28. This date, the day when G died, right? What was the creditor balance on that day? They have actually given that. Look at the first adjustment. A member G who holds 200 shares died on 28th Feb when the amount due to creditors was 16,000. So the cumulative balance of creditor is 16,000. So what is the incremental creditor? 2,500. How did I arrive at 2,500? 13,500. Till February 15, 13,500 was the creditor balance. February 28, it has become 16,000. What is the differential? What is the incremental? 2,500. Now this 2,500, who all should bear? Except me, all the other three shareholders have to bear. In what ratio? 2:7:10 ratio. Again, you can check the calculation through a calculator. Then come to the next date, March 15. What is the creditor balance on March 15? 19,000. So from 16,000, it has gone up to 19,000. What is the incremental creditor here? 3,000. So this 3,000 will be borne by again X, H and K because G has died. So X is a current contributor. He has to pay, H has to pay, as well as K has to pay in the ratio of 2:7:10. Last one, come to April 5. What is the creditor balance on that day? From 19,000, we have moved here. Why? Because in the middle we had J and we eliminated J. So directly from 15th of March, we'll move on to 5th of April. Look at the creditor balance. It is 31,000. So what is the additional creditor now? It is 12,000. From 19, it moved to 31,000. So the incremental is 12,000. This 12,000 will be borne by X and K only. Right? Why have we excluded H? Because H ceased to be a shareholder much prior to this date. H ceased on 15th of March, whereas we are looking at 5th of April now. So who are all the shareholders on 5th of April? Only those people will be responsible. X will be responsible because he is a current contributory. Then K is also responsible. So if you do that, if I sum up all the numbers, I will get 2348 for E. For G bar X, it will be 3753. For H, it will be 6134. For K, it will be 18,765. If I add up everything, I'll get 31,000. This is the maximum amount payable to the creditors. Now, as against this, you need to compare what is the maximum liability of each and every shareholder. Remember, it's a 100 rupee share, 80 paid up, only 20 remains payable. So, 400 shares into 20, 8,000. 700 into 20, 200 into 20 is 4,000. 700 into 20 is 14,000. 1,000 into 20 is 20,000. So, what is the maximum amount which you can recover from these buying? Lower of A and B. Maximum payable to creditors is 2348 for E. The maximum amount which you can recover is 8,000. So it is enough. Whichever is lower, you recover 2348 from E, 3753 from G or X, whatever. From H, you will recover 6134. And finally from K, you will recover 18,765. Look at the question. What was the last question? What was the question all about? Last line of the question. You are required to quantify the maximum liability of the transferors. Maximum liability. So the maximum liability is 2348 for E. For X, it is 3753. For H, it is 6134. And for K, it is 18,765. And after that, if it's possible, you can give a working note summarizing all the points. Like for example, why have you excluded D from the equation? You have to give working notes for this. Why did I exclude D? Why did I exclude J? Right? And you have to say why X is also included in the equation. So if you cover these points as a theory, detailing your explanation as to the logic as to why you eliminated D and J and why included X into the picture, your answer becomes complete. Right? So I hope this video would have served the purpose. So go through this video completely, practice it, and it's a 5 marks question. You never know, you may get a similar question of this nature in the B list of contributors. So hope this video is useful. Please like it, share it with your friends as well. So I will try to meet you in another video. Till then, goodbye, and Rajan signing off. Thank you.